So the milk is warming up in this pan. Obviously, I don't want it to boil or catch. I just need it to get. I've got no idea what temperature actually. Just below boiling point, I think. Before we add it to the corn flour mix in the jug. But in the meantime, I've got some other important ingredients ready. Nutmeg and a little grater. This will go in once it's all thickened up. Parmesan grated and some mozzarella for extra creaminess. Just shut the kitchen door because I think the neighbour can hear me talking to myself. Don't want that to happen. So some people only put the white sauce on top of a lasagna, but we put it throughout as well. So that means that you have to make a fair bit of it. Probably about the equivalent amount as we've got of the meat sauce actually. You can actually tell when the milk's getting warm because the feel of the spoon on the bottom of the pan changes. It's hard to describe really what it's like. It feels a bit more silky as the milk starts to burn and stick to the bottom of the pan. Honestly, the stress of making a white sauce, never know anything like it. I once used this method to make a vegetarian lasagna with a friend of mine, and he was one of these people who wasn't keen on labels and things in his house, and so he'd take things out of the original packaging and put them in fancy label-free jars in his cupboard. And so of course we used icing sugar instead of corn flour. It didn't thicken. Didn't taste particularly nice either. So I think we're getting somewhere with this now. You know what milk looks like when it starts to heat up in a pan. If you had a microwave, it'd be marvellous this. I don't believe in microwaves, I don't have one in the house. So if we just have a quick look at the pan of milk. I don't know if you can see it. The edge starting to get little bubbles around it as it's starting to get hotter. So it's not far off coming to the boil now, so it's probably a decent stage to start thinking about adding to this. It's going to spill all over the place and I'm going to end up in casualty. God. Right. There's a wasp in here somewhere. Okay. Time to be brave. Come on. Okie dokie. Stir. hopefully it'll thicken up. I'll turn it down a wee bit. And you'll be able to feel it start to thicken up because the spoon will meet resistance in the pan as you're stirring. Once it gets too thick, you just add more milk to it. If it's not quite thick enough, add a little bit more of the corn flour mix. Try to see if I can find something to swap that wasp with. What do you think? This is doing alright. Tip for you, if you ever do have milk burn into a pan, the best way to get it off is to use just normal washing detergent, hot water. You can leave it to soak for a bit, or you just put it back on the heat and it'll just lift off. So you don't want any burnt flavouring in your sauce, but don't be too fearful of it catching a little bit. So I'm just trying to stir this while it's thickening up, and it is thickening. I'm not sure it's got enough corn flour in it just yet, so I might need to add a touch more. But we'll see how we go in another couple of minutes. You can tell it's thick. Ooh, it's a bit too much. Thick enough when you can see it lift away from the side of the pan, a bit like a kind of a custard consistency. So just have a look at it now. You see it's not quite thick enough. It's getting there, but it's not quite there. So I'm going to prepare a little bit more of the corn flour mix with some cold milk again. Pop that in, but the danger with this is that it could get a bit lumpy when you pop it into the pan, so you've got to stir it quite vigorously, or maybe use a whisk. I'll put a little bit more in, another 2, whatever these things are, dessert spoons. One for good luck. See how this is doing. That's alright. A bit more milk. I'm sure this would be delicious if you use skimmed milk, if you're going to feed it to pigs or something, rather than humans. So that's nice and smooth. I'm going to pop this in. Give it a good stir. Okay, it's nearly there. I want to make this thing, so in it goes. And then hopefully this will be the final bit. Right, so if you have a look at it now, as we stir it, you can see it's getting thicker. So I'll give this another couple of minutes just to thicken up, and then we can start adding the other ingredients. Smashing. The good thing about this method is that you don't run the risk of having that kind of uncooked flour flavour that you sometimes get if you make a roux. Right. Possibly a little bit on the thin side, but we are going to add some cheese to it as well, which will thicken it up. So what I'm going to start doing now is adding the other ingredients, these being nutmeg. I'm going to grate into it an entire nutmeg. So losing fingers. Look at that chin wobble. I'm losing a finger here. Right, that'll do for, oh gosh, I've got quite a few spare in there. That'll do for now. I'll stir this in. There, this is nice and good consistency now. I'll put some salt and pepper in. White pepper, I think, for this. That's looking okay, this. pleased with it. Not pleased with that wasp buzzing around at the back of me. Test this to see I've got enough salt and pepper in it. Needs more salt. Need more nutmeg. More black pepper. Nutmeg out. Ah, it's always happening. Thank you. I can turn this off now because it's warm enough to melt the other bits of cheese and stuff that I'm going to come in. It's sticking off. I'll just let you have a look in a second. So here we are. Drop my phone in, why don't I? See, nice and thick. Oh my god. Try again. That's better. It still needs a bit more nutmeg. Yeah, we lost another one. Where's that spoon gone? There it is. Get a stir. There we go. There. So now I'm going to add some beautiful, beautiful Parmesan cheese. Nutty and sweet, allegedly. You know what? God. Two tubs. Lovely. Stir that in. How come when Nigella does that noise she doesn't sound like a cow? Smashing that. Okay. Now then, quick. I might not bother with the mozzarella, it's actually quite thick. I might use that for a nice what they call it, crazy salad. Lovely. Perfect. Perfect. Lovely. Good. So now that's the sauces done. It's time to assemble the beast.